Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh everyone. Ahmadiyya clerics on their social media platforms, they are demanding from me an official apology regarding our last live stream, which was on the topic of how Mirza Ghulam insulted Isa alayhi salam and his mother Maryam salamun alayha. I thought about their demand. Then I said to myself, I said, you know what? We are all human beings. We all make mistakes, and it's absolutely fine to acknowledge our faults and to say sorry for that. So inshallah, in this video, I am going to acknowledge my faults and I am going to offer official apology to all Ahmadiyya clerics across the globe. Let me acknowledge my faults first. What happened is, when I was preparing for the stream and I was reading the books of Mirza Ghulam, and when I came across all of these passages, for example, when Mirza Ghulam was explaining the pregnancy of Maryam, and he said that there are medical research, that they are women, they have both qualities inside of them, male qualities and female qualities, and through some sort of sexual excitement, किसी तहरीक से उनकी मनी जोश मारे, through some sort of sexual excitement, they may get self-pregnated. When I read that Mirza Ghulam was saying that Maryam alayhi salam, without nikah, without any marriage, she was hanging around with an unrelated person, Joseph the carpenter. When I read that Mirza Ghulam was saying that the elders of Maryam alayhi salam, and don't forget, when we are talking about the elders of Maryam, number one figure is Sayyidina Zakaria alayhi salam. Quran says, وَكَفَّلَهَا Zakaria, that Maryam was under the guardianship of Zakaria alayhi salam. So when Mirza was saying that, you know what, when they discovered this pregnancy of Maryam, they were suspicious about her pregnancy, and they were so desperate to hide it, and they went out to search for some man, and they end up finding an old man, Joseph the carpenter, who was not willing initially to marry with Maryam, and they convinced him against his will, and then eventually they got married quickly, and then they removed Maryam from the temple immediately. Why? Because they wanted to keep the sanctity of the temple intact. When I read all of that, Mirza Ghulam was saying that Sayyidina Isa alayhi salam being born without father, it is not any different than thousands of bugs and insects. They come into being without any parents. Now listen next point very carefully. When I read all of that, I developed this unconscious expectation. I said, you know what? Tomorrow, no Ahmadiyya cleric is going to defend this. I said, when they will read all of that, they will be surprised, they will be in pain, they will be in shock, and at minimum they would say that, you know what, we are going to research all of these references. That was the minimum unconsciously I expected from them. So this was my unconscious expectation from the Ahmadiyya clerics for this stream. But what happened in reality? They started to defend all of that. For example, one of them, he was producing some medical research to back up the claim of Mirza Ghulam, in which he said that there may be women, that they have both qualities, male and female. And he started to produce some research, even though he did not, but he tried to produce some research to back up that claim. And another one, regarding the reference when Mirza said that Sayyida Maryam salamun alayha, she was hanging around without nikah with a man. He said that don't translate as hanging around, you can translate as moving around. I mean, he was absolutely fine, absolutely okay. The Mirza Ghulam is saying that our mother, this noble woman, is moving around with an unrelated man, Joseph the carpenter, without nikah. He's fine with that. And subhanallah, one of them was saying repeatedly that why angel came to Maryam salamun alayha in the form of a handsome man. What he was trying to say? I know he did not say it, but what he was trying to say. So look at this one. I had this unconscious expectation from them, But this was the reality how they behaved. So when this happened, I literally went into a state of shock. I did not expect that they can drop themselves to this level. Now I am going to acknowledge my faults. Number one, I was wrong in expecting from Ahmadiyya clerics that when they will read all of that about our mother Maryam Salamun alayha, they would be in shock and in pain. I was wrong in this expectation. You know why? Because she is a spiritual mother to us, to the believers. And Ahmadiyya clerics are not believers. Then why would they feel this pain? The reason we feel pain, because she is a spiritual mother to us. And she is a mother to believers. So I was wrong in expecting this behavior from the Ahmadiyya clerics, because she is not a mother to them. Why would they feel her pain? Second fault, I am going to acknowledge my fault, that I was wrong in expecting from the Ahmadiyya clerics that they will have some modesty, they will have some haya, and when they will read all of that about this noble women, Sayyida Maryam Salamun alayha, our spiritual mother, they would be upset, they would be in pain. I was wrong in this expectation. You know why? Because we all know haya is a branch of iman. If you don't have iman, you cannot have haya. And guess what? Ahmadiyya clerics, they are disbelievers. They don't have iman. So why would they have haya when they don't have iman? So yes, I was wrong in expecting from them that they would feel haya, shame, when they will read all of that. Yes, I openly admit and acknowledge my faults for having these unrealistic expectations from the Ahmadiyya clergy. I'm sorry for that. I apologize to all Ahmadiyya clergy for having these unrealistic expectations from them. And inshallah, I promise to Allah and I promise to all the clergy that I will not have this kind of unrealistic expectations from them in the future. And lastly, with regard to my Muslim brothers and sisters, you are my family. My heart is full with your love and with your respect. And if anything has hurt your emotions, I unconditionally apologize from my Muslim family, from the Muslim brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.